It is a great privilege and distinct honor to share some thoughts with you on some of the weapons of destruction that has been in existence since the world began many centuries ago. The weapons of destruction could be appraised and explained quite differently from numerous viewpoints. Furthermore, I would love to explain three most destructive arsenals of the enemy against human, as these weapons are known to have been age-long missiles in the cosmos. These weapons are relentlessly being deployed by the devil to incapacitate, to intimidate, and to immobilize humanity unremorsefully. I imperatively thought it fit to analyze these weapons for clear identification as we blaze through life with fear standing in the position of number one. Each time I am privileged to speak and teach, I bear witness to the enduring strength and the infallibility of God's immutable word, and affirm my strong belief and allegiance to the Trinity's purpose for my life. Now, fear is one of the weapons of destruction to be understudied. Dispiriting fear does not come from God. I want us to settle with that. So please let that sink in and ring a bell deep within you. When struck by the unexpected and fear petrify your reasoning uncontrollably, thereby making you defenseless, and as a result of this, the prevailing circumstances at that given time tend to lead one to an unpleasant feelings. That is, the tendency to be taken over by fearful feelings immediately sets in. Fear is a very powerful weapon of destruction in the hands of the devil against humanity, a demoralizer that operates as a feeling of anxiety. Fear is to a great degree regarded as an absence of courage. Oh yeah, it is commonly referred to as false evidence appearing real. Nonetheless, the phenomenon that follows the event triggered by fear is undeniably always very real. The irrefutable impact resulting from a distinctively fearful event could be evaluated in a large scale depending on the degree of incidence. I would like you to agree with me that primarily at the root cause of most death cases in life are the prevalent activity and uncertainties attributed to fear. Trust me, they are fear-based. The fear of what we know or don't know could hold a man captive when things get out of control. Now, fear is known to have played most crucial roles in numerous societal cases. Fear of possible outcome of shame, reproach, or loss of self-dignity has been known to have rendered homes disintegrated, disunited, and dysfunctional. Fear arguably is known to have put an abrupt end to what once seems to be a promising venture. Fear is also known to have been recurrently active in the front line of unsuccessful outcome of major formidable prospective activities. The fear of failure could possibly end a viable investment opportunity as well as the fear of success. Fear has the capacity to cripple and impugn on your dexterity, your ability, and your creativity, thereby damaging your personality if not confronted with absolute sensitivity. Yeah. Unbeknown to most people, they unconsciously incorporate the fear factor as a precaution to life's unforeseen contingencies. Meanwhile, the Bible has us warned strongly to put on guard, not to feed our fear. That is, fear not. Fear has its torment, the Bible affirms. Fear and fearful related experiences and expressions are mentioned about over 500 times in the Bible. God does not want you and I to be afraid. Fear repels God's working abilities in our lives. Reliably enough, in the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, it further reiterates this truth. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Isn't that wonderful? I firmly assert that our thought dispositions resulting from the happenings around or within us is to a large extent what makes us vulnerable to fear. If you fill your mind with fear-provoking thoughts, you will ultimately attract what you constantly think about. Yes, Job exclaimed in the book of Job chapter 3 verse 25, "For the things which I greatly fear is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me." Also in the book of Job chapter 4 verse 14, it says, "Fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake." Chapter 22 verse 10 also reads this way, "Therefore snares are around about thee, and sudden fear troubleth thee." The enemy tactically takes this initiative and go on the offensive against his prey by launching a relentless panic attack. This suddenly plunge the would-be victim into a state of total confusion, thereby overpowering him. Now, if sensitive well enough, faith non-optionally becomes the only insulant to this weapon called fear. Good news, the antidote to fear is courage. Courage is the quality of spirit that enables you to face danger or pain without exhibiting fear. Winston Churchill said, "Courage is moving from one stage of disappointment to another without losing enthusiasm." Yes, courage is not the absence of fear, but the presence of same, still the willingness to move on. As you constantly inoculate yourself with doses of courage, then fear will be no match for you in any way, form, or fashion. I believe you agree with me from what I've shared with you today, that the reason why you have not reached your full potential, your next level of income, your magnificent life, your dream, and your greatness, given the vast opportunities and advantages that exist today, what you need to do is to wage war against these weapons of destruction I've just shared with you, using foundational knowledge, information, developing positive habits and choices by incorporating them into your life. Hear me, it's my absolute obsession to help people discover God's plans for their lives and help them to get in alignment with their purpose in life through transformational teachings. These victories won't come without hard work and many failing forward moves, but you must be resolved within yourself not to allow the enemy to determine the outcome of your life. One thing I know for sure, you shall be great and your greatness shall be announced. It is more advisable to make Jesus the Lord of your life for the salvation of your soul today. Thank you.